How do you maintain yourself consistent throughout your training? And some people will just say every day. Can you train every day? What motivates you? What keeps you going? Okay. How can you maintain that pace? I can tell you this, all right? If you train every day, you cannot train hard every day. You have to alternate your pace. Some days you go harder, some days you go slower. Remember that your skill building process requires you being more relaxed, doing more drills, more resistance drills, researching the techniques, exploring new possibilities, and then you test yourself a couple times a week. And I think the majority of the people that are highly competitive and are on an athletic level that want to train every day, they break down their training. They don't go hard, like I said, every day. And they usually don't train more than an hour at a time. So instead of doing a 3-hour session, they break down their day into 3 1-hour sessions. So I would say pace is critical. So somebody else asked me about, and this is like an on and off the mat question, okay? How do you remain positive in a situation where you know there's somebody who wants you to fail, who talks bad about you on your back, and he's not a person that's positive. It's a negative person, okay? If you have a training environment, like I said, you're going to be able to weed out. The instructor should have an eye for that, but you yourself weed out who you're going to maintain or not a relationship. And I think that whenever you see negativity coming, all right, you should be aware of it, okay, and confront it if possible. I think communication is, how can we make this better? You throw the olive branch, okay? It's not just up to you, but you do the communication, and maybe you can get one third person involved, could be the instructor or another peer, and then see how things can progress from there. But like I said, keeping quiet and being resentful or allowing negativity to influence you, I don't think that's a wise decision. When do you know you have an eureka moment? When something clicks as a white belt. Okay, so white belts are like a blindfold. They can feel, but they don't see it, okay? And how do you have that moment where you see the light, where you see everything in front of you? Is when you learn a technique and when you're training, despite your partner's opposition, you reach a threshold, okay? So when I say reach a threshold, means whether you completed the execution of that technique, if you were able to do the whole thing from beginning to end, but you recognize that you went from point A, not to point B, but halfway into point B. So that's the measure of a white belt realization. They don't sometimes have the ability to do the whole thing, but when doing the training, hands-on with resistance, they can get somewhere. And recognizing that definitely is an eureka moment.